Hi parents, and welcome back to Kindness Milk. I'm Regina Kincaid. I'm a mum of 4, a midwife and an international board certified lactation consultant. I currently run a small private lactation consultant business. I offer antenatal breastfeeding preparation courses online, as well as online life classes and online postnatal consultations via Zoom, and I also do house calls. So in today's video, I thought I'd share with you what's in my lactation consultant bag on a day-to-day basis, what I carry around with me on a typical house call. I do send out pre-assessment questionnaires to gather some information about the breastfeeding journey so far of the client that I'm about to visit, so I can best prepare for the home visit. And sometimes I carry additional items with me that that new parent or that new mom requires, depending on the history. I thought it may be of interest for you to see what I carry around with me as a lactation consultant. I will explain a little bit about each item that I have with me and why I carry it with me, and perhaps that will also give you a little bit more of an insight into what I do as a lactation consultant and how a home visit or a home consultation may look like. First and foremost, in the current climate, as we are still in a global pandemic, I carry PPE with me, so various types of masks, the FFP2 masks and just ordinary masks that I sometimes double up with a face shield that I have in my car, and gloves, and I usually also wear protective clothing. And then I have hand sanitizer and antiviral disinfectant surface spray for cleaning scales after, and also any props that I carry with me, such as the doll and the model breast that I'm going to show you now. So this is Roberta or Robert, depending on what the doll is wearing. It's my breastfeeding demonstration doll with the really wide open mouth, the wide open mouth that you want to see prior to latch on, in combination with the silicone breast so that I can wipe it. And yeah, I use these to demonstrate latch and positioning, because if not necessary, I want to use as little hands-on approach as possible so that the mom becomes confident herself in attaching and latching her baby. And I would demonstrate different breastfeeding positions with the breast and the doll. Then I also have a bottle with me to show parents how to do the pace bottle feeding technique if they're a combination feeding or if they have to top up. So that is very useful as well. Other demo material that I usually carry with me is the silicone breast pump, breast shields for sore or damaged nipples. I have a number of different types of nipple shields and different sizes of nipple shields with me if someone is struggling with latch or direct latch on, or latching with sore or damaged nipples for a temporary solution. The demo material is usually not for sale because I run a small business only. I don't usually sell products, but I have an Amazon affiliate link on my website to some of the products that I may recommend depending on what the client requires. I tend to carry the supplemental nursing system with me for breast supplementation, and I always have one at home, and I sometimes do sell that on if I go to a mom that that benefits from a breast supplementation because of low milk supply. I wouldn't use that very often because a lot of people find the assembly quite difficult and tricky, and it's only for those where you would have worked a lot on increasing milk supply, latching, positioning, increasing milk supply, pumping and power pumping, and sometimes occasionally they are keen to introduce a supplemental nursing system to wean their babies off combination feeding or top-ups with expressed breast milk back to the breast. So again, sometimes it's a temporary solution, sometimes it's a long-term solution if there is an underlying cause anatomically. Then I have Epsom salts in my bag that we sometimes use for treatment for blocked ducts in combination with a silicone breast pump to help draw out the clogged milk. So that is very useful to have with me because not everyone has Epsom salt at home readily available. I do also carry some small sterile needles with me and sterile gauze in case I have to open a milk bleb or a milk blister, and I have some samples of lanolin with me as well. Also samples of hydrogel pads for sore damaged nipples and a sharp spin for sharps disposal, especially if I have opened a milk blister. For the smaller items I carry scissors, measuring tape, sometimes if very occasionally measure the baby's length in relation to the weight if you want to see the overall growth. Sometimes that's helpful to use to put it into perspective. I also have a pen torch for examining the baby's oral cavity, so for examining tongue mobility, also if it's a query whether it's thrush or just a layer of digested milk on the tongue. That is sometimes very helpful, and sometimes for some of the nipple damage it's also handy to have a close-up look with a pen torch. These are my two breastfeeding Bibles I like to have with me. The first book is Breastfeeding and Medication by Wendy Jones, and then also Breastfeeding Made Simple, the 7 Natural Laws for Nursing Mothers by Kathleen Candle Tackett and Nancy Moore. This is my folder where I carry a copy of the Mom's History, and also this is the Hazelbacher Tongue Tie Assessment Tool, the scores for function and appearance of the tongue. I use this in combination with latch assessment and assessment of Mum's anatomy to help me assess whether I need to refer on to a tongue tie practitioner. There are many different assessment tools, but I found the Hazelbacher Tongue Tie Assessment Tool, that's the one I'm using. I found that works for me. And then I also have a weight conversion chart in here where I can quickly convert from pounds and ounces to kilograms and grams. Various different leaflets for the client from the Breastfeeding Network here, for example, thrush and breastfeeding, mastitis, vasospasm, how to treat milk blisters, etc. And then I also carry the percentile charts with me to for boys and girls, so to chart the baby's weight development, especially if I see them more than once. And I thought that I will in the near future also make a video about the percentile charts and how they can help to monitor the baby's growth. Then I do bring with me my infant baby scales. We do have primary healthcare providers that would be in charge of monitoring the baby's weight after birth and weight loss, and then at 2 weeks they mom and babies are being assessed by their general practitioner to see whether the baby is back to birth weight. But I do like to have a weighing scales with me if it's been a while that a weight has been taken, because the mom is a few weeks postpartum. But also sometimes I do test weights or before and after feeds weights to see how much the baby is able to transfer at the breast, especially if you have to calculate the amount of supplementation that a baby requires, if there is a need for supplementation, express breast milk or formula. And I find it really helps me to figure out how much to offer the baby, not to offer too much, not to jeopardize breastfeeding, and to give mom and baby the best chance of getting back to hopefully exclusive breastfeeding. So I find that very helpful to have it with me. Yeah, so these are more or less all the items I carry with me as a lactation consultant to a home visit or on a day-to-day basis. If I know in advance from the mom's history that she requires something specific, I will try and bring that along with me. If you're a lactation consultant yourself watching this video, let me know in the comments what is in your lactation consultant's bag. I'd really be interested in seeing what you carry with you. Subscribe to my channel, and otherwise until next time, hope your breastfeeding journey is going well.